All right. Whatever that was.
Where was that beat? Did you fish that beat out of a Serbian club?
I wish I would have. Energy.
Oh,
I'm really hopeful that was the right clip. Not 100% positive it was. Welcome in everybody to the Casual Friday edition of the DNBA show. I'm your host Adam Mares, live from the DNVR bar. I am joined by my esteemed colleague D-Line Co.
That's right. I'm here at my home, like I always am.
Always the same spot. I've seen 99% of the time I've seen you, Eric, you've been in this exact seat, in that exact same spot.
Right.
That's right. That's makes you no different than everyone else on Earth.
The man below me, rocking the purple rain because, of course, it's opening day. I got my opening day stuff on as well. It's Brendan Vogt.
The bar, also at the bar. This is the only other setting I've been in 4 months. It is this in my apartment, so this feels good.
It looks good. You look good. And then, of course, the man
very casual
with the wind tucked behind the hat, not in his hair today, the Peloton Prince himself, Harrison Wind.
Yeah, happy opening day, guys. Happy freaking opening day. I'm hyped.
All of us.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Good job. We're doing a really good job. Of course, today we're presented by DraftKings. You're going to want to download DraftKings app, the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code DNVR, and then you're going to make all kinds of reckless bets tonight in celebration of opening day. I can't wait. We might have a few for you to make today. So download the app, and then we'll talk about that together. But today, guys, Casual Friday, very special day. As always, well, not as always, but as often, we welcome in the homie from Serbia, Miroslav. Miroslav, where's our applause?
Yeah.
What's going on, producer Kale? Miroslav, there we go. All right, Miroslav.
Dobar dan from Serbia.
Dobar dan indeed.
It's me every time.
Miroslav, I see you've updated your set. I'm guessing this is because you think you're going to be making more regular appearances on the show.
He's big timing us now.
No, I already explained that it's because I play a lot of 2K on my PlayStation, so I needed a proper headset for that. But sure. You're okay too, I guess.
So before Miroslav, we're going to get in. First of all, was the clip I played at the beginning, that was the right clip, right? I had to go blind on that. That was the 2002 Yugoslav team in the World Championship, which happened here in the U.S. It was in Indianapolis, and I think the U.S. took 6th in that one. That was the beginning of the fall.
Yes, it was the last World Cup where U.S. team wasn't as good as they've been since. They had like 10 All-Star players, but that wasn't good enough. They had like 3 losses on that World Cup.
We had the wrong All-Stars.
For sure.
Yeah. It was an okay team. If they had like a 2 months preparation, they would beat anybody. But because they don't take these things too seriously,
they're casual.
Argentina, Spain, and Yugoslavia just played with them. So yeah.
Yeah. It was they were Casual Friday edition of the World World Cup. Before we get to Serbian Corner, though, Harrison, Brendan Vogt and I, we missed out on the conference call today, in part because it was 2 hours behind schedule, but in part also because we were filming things here at the DNVR bar. What can you tell us about the media availability with the Denver Nuggets today?
Yeah, so remember, like, a week ago, 5 days ago, when the Nuggets had, like, less than half their roster inside the Disney World bubble?
Yeah, definitely remember that.
As of today, the Nuggets had 9 of their top 10 guys practicing. So 9 of the Nuggets' top 10 guys
give me an air horn
are past quarantine, are through quarantine, inside the bubble. They participated in parts of practice today. Every one of their top 10 guys except Monte Morris, who we believe to be, en route or in quarantine right now, is through. So the Nuggets are pretty much whole again. And so I think that's a big sigh of relief for everybody, no?
As am I.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is a huge sigh of relief, actually. And, it sounds like, Monte en route, so more or less the whole team will be assembled. Was there any update on PJ Dozier?
No update on...
Because he's been my top 10 players on the roster.
No update on PJ Dozier. Vlatko Čančar is still a guy we don't have much information on. But, other than that, the Nuggets have pretty much their rotation there. Malone also had some interesting comments on just what the Nuggets' goals are over the 8 seeding games. I don't think the Nuggets are going to be worried about their seed. at all. Malone said, quote, I'm not worried about August 1st against Miami. My whole focus is using the 3 scrimmages, the 8 seeding games to get ready for August 17th. And then he went on to say there's no home court advantage down here. If you want to win an NBA championship, you're going to have to beat the Clippers, the Lakers. So I think the Nuggets are going to treat these 8 games, these 8 seeding games, like exhibition games, like preseason games. Get some chemistry, but prioritize health.
So here's the thing about that, and Vogt, I'll go to you first on this, but we're going to be like, okay, so that means, those games are practice. You just want to see progress, wins, losses, doesn't matter. If the Nuggets start 0-2, we're going to be right back to like, oh my God, what's happening?
Well, on Twitter, sure. But no,
and also in our hearts.
Certainly, I actually really won't panic. I think you actually should probably expect that, given their trickling arrival. They're slow. The good news is that should Malone want to, it sounds like he could go with those top 10 guys by at least that second scrimmage, if not earlier.
Yeah.
I don't expect him to do that. I'm with Wind, but there's that relief there. But no, man, I'm not going to sit here and say, and they'll hit the ground running, and those first 2 games are wins. I think it's going to be a little rough.
I think that's a good point, but like with all of Michael Malone's comments, and I think this goes throughout with a lot of coaches throughout the league, you got to tackle a little TBD, or like you got to tackle a little like, this can change, this is subject to change, because like if they look terrible through their first 4 games, they have no chemistry, they have no cohesion, and they're trying to dial back everybody's minutes. Like I could see them getting to a point where they say, all right, we got to get our starting lineup vibing. Like we got to play these guys some minutes. So, I think it's.
Can I tell you something though? This is the pragmatic, our best selves. Fast forward, because I was just going back because I'm doing the Jokic preview for our preview series, and I went back and remembered that the Nuggets were 15-4 to open the season. And we were talking about what was wrong with them. So, look, guys, no matter what's going to happen, if the Nuggets aren't 8-0 in the seeding round, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about, the context of it, even if no team in the NBA is going to be taking these games too seriously outside of, Portland and New Orleans. Miroslav, what do you think about this? The whole idea of there's these 8 seeding games, you're going to be a seed, but nobody seems to care what seed you are.
Well, first, I expect terrible game next 2 scrimmage games. They will be terrible, like the first one.
Yeah.
And it's not as much because of the rest of the guys, but Jokic will play terribly for sure, because he just doesn't care about games that don't count. And I expect him to play just slightly better in first 3 or 4 8 seeding games.
Oh no!
But listen, man, we still can go 5-3 in those 8 games, even with Jokic playing bad. It doesn't matter really. If they drop to 4, great. Let's just play the Lakers as soon as possible and just destroy them, because this is a 16-win team, not an 82
I still
game team.
I still do not understand why no one cares that I have 2 bets on the first game. not one of you cares. No one cares. No one thinks it's important.
I know it. Are you going to be getting up in the mornings for these next 2 scrimmages, Miroslav? How? If you know they're going to be bad, and you think Jokic is going to be disinterested, are you setting the alarm to be up early?
No.
Whoa.
I'm skipping the one with the New Orleans. I don't remember the third one. What's the time for the third one? But the second one, I will watch it later. I don't want to get frustrated too much.
You're going to get MJ'd for the first time ever. You just got MJ'd.
So MJ.
No, I think this is healthy. It's a bigger commitment for our Serbian friends. It's a much bigger commitment.
Definitely healthy. Harrison, I know the question everybody's just begging to know the answer to. Gary Harris, he spoke today. Is the hair still? What's the hair situation?
Yeah.
The hair is remember preseason Gary Harris? The hair. Of course.
How can I forget?
We're back to that. I believe we're back to that.
I cannot believe he made a return to that. I thought that was a passing phase. It seemed like he was, it was like he was experimenting in college, and then then he was all right, I got to
% from 3 and was like, I should.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I think he was like, all right, it's the season, it's time to get serious.
Yeah,
cut the hair. That didn't work, so now it's like, well, F it, I might as well do the hair I like.
Well, is it there a chance he'll hit the bubble barber before
There's
Hey,
definitely
if Michael Malone can hit the bubble barber, I think it's open to all players, staff, and personnel.
Like we made a whole thing about it. Like we made a whole thing about his hair
did.
that he just cut it.
yeah.
Jamal too. Did you guys see the Jamal picture? No afro.
No, are you
I saw a picture
serious?
today. It's looking like a bait and switch job. My heart's broken.
I'm
The bait
so
and switch
disappointed.
classic.
Oh,
I could be wrong. It could be an
my
angle deal, but I'm
Dude,
not,
you
it's
better
not
be,
looking
Yeah.
Brendan. If you're lying to me and I get, I don't know what to do. All right, I'm upset.
good. Not. I wish
This
I
really
was.
blows.
Can you take me off this show for a little while? I need to be alone with my thoughts.
Gary's never the most. I would
I
say
bet.
he's not always the best quote in these scrums. But what did he have to say? I mean, we haven't heard from him, since all this began.
Not much. Just he's happy to be back with the team. He was not too surprised at Bull's performance in the scrimmage because he knows what type of talent he is, and he's just excited to be back. Look, like Gary. I mean, Gary's the type of guy who just feels at home. He feels one with himself when he's back on the basketball court. So,
Oh wow.
I bet he is happy to be back. So.
Well, right on. What do you envision? Did you get a sense at all for tomorrow's scrimmage? I mean, those guys are all going to have like one practice under their belt. I'm guessing that's going to continue to be a really tight rotation.
Yeah, I mean, nothing definitive, but I mean, Gary practiced for the first time today. I mean, maybe they had like a little informal shoot-around type practice yesterday. If he plays, I can't imagine it's much. In fact, I would be surprised if he played, to be honest,
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah, same with MPJ. I saw they took pictures of him today. It didn't look like he practiced, just was there shooting around.
MPJ, Gary, I'd be surprised if those guys played. Jamal will. Maybe you'll see them out there. Maybe you'll see them out there.
No afro. Who
I mean,
cares if he
I'm good to run it back with the 5 we just had. Like,
100%.
I'm good to run it back.
Add Jamal Murray and Will Barton to the mix, but keep Bol in there. Like maybe Tyler Cook doesn't get a little run, maybe Noah Vonleh doesn't get some run, but Bol 32 minutes again. I want to see that.
Can I tell you the most surprising development I think so far today is that Harrison Wind was in Vegas for the first night last night, and it's before noon.
I know.
Look at him. He looks
I know.
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. He doesn't look like he should. The night after, or the morning after the first night in
He
Vegas.
looks
I'm
a
proud
little
of you.
rundown. He looks a little
Look, man. I was just on a 3-day vacation, like on the river, like at a house where all we did was eat, sleep, swim, and drink. So I just did that for 3 days.
Harrison, where we at? Are we up? Are we down? What are we looking here? Did you win? What did you play? Like, give us the update.
Gotcha. I'd say like a 30-minute session of blackjack last night.
All right. It's a big
Up
week.
$75.
Oh, yeah, let's go,
That's
baby.
impressive.
Let's go. I'll take it. There it is. Miroslav, I'm going to have to hear from you. What are those Tonk report? Look at that. It's rising. What are your top 5 American cities? Or actually, I should just say places. Doesn't have to be a city. American places that you are interested in. Like to visit. Like if you were to do a super trip.
Yeah, this is unfair because first thing will be Denver.
Yeah.
That's
not unfair.
That's fair to me. Sounds fair.
It could actually happen earlier than you think. We'll see.
Real quick, my brother just said gave a shout out from Cabo, and I had no idea he was in Cabo. Now I'm very jealous. But
That is commitment from our guy Zach to watch this show while in
true.
Cabo. That is commitment.
Shout out
That is
Zach.
committed.
Shout out, Zach.
All right, sorry. So Denver number 1, as it should be.
Yeah, of course. Then Chicago.
Okay. All right.
I guess New York.
Chicago, is that because there's already like a Serbian population? in
Yeah, there's like a
relationship
Serbian
Yeah,
stronghold.
yeah.
Absolutely.
This is for Chicago. Can I say Toronto as well because
No, you
there is a lot of.
No,
Come on,
I'll give it
come on. It's close enough. Come on.
It's the best of us.
I love that Toronto is your top 5 American cities to come visit.
No,
I
I,
love it.
That says a lot.
I know
Well,
it's
he
not
could've
there,
been-
but come on.
It could be
Come on,
North America.
Come on, guys. Accept Toronto. The NBA
okay.
champion is from Toronto.
I
We need to
accept.
speak a bit about Toronto Raptors.
All
You
right,
can
I
pick it,
time
but
to time.
Canada's not going to let you in if you come up
It's
to
true.
the
It's
US.
true.
Yes, and San Diego for sure.
There you go.
I have a very good friend in San Diego.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so yeah.
All right. I thought you might, say like Yosemite or I don't know, one of these things. But no, San Diego, the school, and Toronto.
Yeah.
I guess we should hit a break because Serbian Corner, we're going to have, I know it's a little bit of an early break, but Serbian Corner, we're going to have a lot in here. We're going to talk about, we think the Nuggets invented tall ball? No! Miroslav is here to set the record straight. The Yugoslavian team set the invented tall ball. And then we're also going to talk about, I love it, then we're also going to talk about 2 words. You only know about 1, Miroslav, but I got another one for you. 2
Okay.
Serbian words that we're going to dissect. But first, we'll hit a quick break.
Oh man, can't wait for that. All right, guys, you guys know the drill. If you want to pick up some Breck Brew, if you want to pick up the 15-can sampler, the Jokic pack.
No, you do. It's the weekend, baby.
yeah.
The freaking weekend.
It's
It
not.
is
It's
the
opening
freaking
freaking day.
Opening freaking day.
Pick up some Mile High City Copper Lager. Pick up the 15-can sampler at Davidson's. They have curbside pickup and delivery. You can also pick it up at your local grocery store. Don't come to Vegas for Breck Brew, though. Don't come to Vegas expecting Breck Brew. You're going to be disappointed. But yeah, you can get it at Davidson's. They have curbside pickup and delivery for the 15-can sampler and the Jokic pack. Also, this weekend on WGT, the DNVR Golf Open.
Let's go.
Honoring DNVR Golf. We had Spencer and Mitch from DNVR Golf on the show last night. Really fun talking to those guys. And I'm sure they'll be playing in the DNVR Golf Open this weekend. Not sure what the specific parameters are
I believe
on the tournament, but
I believe I've decided right here and now that it's going to be closest to the pin at Valhalla. That's what's happening. Mark
that's
it down.
how we do it. That's how we do it. We do it live. We do it live. But yeah, make sure to download WGT from DNVRgolf.com. Search for the DNVR2 Clubhouse. You will automatically be entered into the DNVR Golf Open this weekend. You can take on me, Adam, Vote, Miroslav,
Yeah, you better
D-Line,
play. You were ducking me
Mitch,
last week.
Spencer. I'll be playing. I'll be playing.
Do you think Mitch and Spencer are good at WGT?
No.
Is there any translation
no
at all?
chance.
No, just to give you why that won't be the case. Adam is really good at WGT.
You're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. I'm going to get good at golf just to spite you guys. This is my not, Miroslav. I'm going to be a pro freaking golfer here in 1 year.
I believe you. I believe
Yeah.
you.
Screw all these guys.
Yeah, make sure to download WGT from DNVRgolf.com. Search for the DNVR2 Country Club.
All right, are we good?
We good.
All right, so the Nuggets debuted their tall ball lineup the other day, and they might debut it again. They might bust it out another time. And it was awesome. I think it took the NBA by storm. Everybody was excited about it. Miroslav, you were unimpressed.
I was unimpressed just because they were completely pushed into this situation because they had no players other than centers and power forwards to play that game. But the real tall ball starting 5 was invented in 2002 on the World Cup in Indianapolis. Yugoslav team of that time consisted of 5 Serbian guys. Was at the point guard, it was Marko Jaric. He's the guy that used to play for Los Angeles
remember him.
Clippers.
Of course, Yards.
Is it? Did we just skip? Yeah, come on. What's going on?
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
What's going on, man?
I'm sorry. Serbian
I hope
Corner.
everyone blast Eric for his homie spelling again.
No, yo,
I know,
listen.
really bad Slowy.
Hold on. Homie, like I gotta redefend myself. Homie was a word that was invented before you were born, Brendan. Before you were born. And if you look up Homie the Clown from In Living Color, when the word homie was first created, it was spelled with a Y. And I'm gonna stick by it. You millennials can come up with your own GD word. I don't want your IE in my life.
What I'm hearing here is you're old.
I
That's
am
what I'm
old.
getting.
I am
That's what I'm
old.
picking up on. I'm just kidding.
I'm with the commenter here. I think it's
Okay,
HOMIE.
boomer.
Yeah, there you go, Miroslav.
Spelling aside. Okay, so here we are. We're the
this got
2002
bad.
Yugoslavian basketball team, and we have who was the first one?
Marko Jaric is
Marko
is
Jaric,
at the point guard. He was 6. He still is 6'7". He was very tall for.
Hasn't shrunk. That's good.
And the second guy behind him on point guard was Miloš Vujanic, who was also 6'5", so not much of a drop off there.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the shooting guard, we are already going to 6'10" with Peja Stojakovic.
Yeah.
He was a shooting guard in that team, a sharpshooter from that time. He was number 4 on the MVP list in 2003, I believe.
You know what? I think he was even a better shooting guard than Mason Plumlee, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good. That's a 5 pepper hot take. And fuego.
Yes. On the 3, they had another sharpshooter at 6'10" called Milan Gurovic. He never went to the NBA, but he was a really good European player of that time. At the 4, they had Dejan Koturovic, a 6'11", full center. It's not a power forward. He was just a center. And at the 5, it was Vlade Divac at 7'1". So this team made a lot more sense than Denver's team from a couple of days ago, of course, because they had a proper point guard, 2 really tall wings, and two centers, how do you call them? Robinson and Duncan, the Twin Towers.
Twin Towers, yes.
Yes, and this kind of lineup makes sense in FIBA game because you can pack the key easily. No problem with the rules there. So yeah, this team played the US in the quarterfinals. I was so pissed we had to play the US as early as quarterfinals because we played really bad in the group. In the group we had 2 losses in the group, so this is why we had to play the US team. Yeah, but we kind of beat them, so it turned out fine. They've been the world champion.
Also, no goaltending in FIBA as well, right?
I hate that rule. I think it's dumb.
But if you have a bunch of 6, 8 to 7 footers out there, you could.
Oh my God!
Could
Can you imagine Bol could just have his hand up through the hoop?
Yeah, just moves your layup.
Well, I mean,
you have goaltending. You just are allowed to move your hand on top of the rim when it's going up. So that's the rule.
So Miroslav, are the people of Serbia and I guess formerly Yugoslavia, are they just tall in general? Are you just a tall breed of people?
I would say we are top 5 in height in Europe.
Yeah,
I believe the Dutch are the tallest.
Really?
The Dutch are
the Dutch.
They're very tall, but they have no basketball tradition, no infrastructure really. So
And what did we find out Bol means in Dutch?
Wait, we're talking about that later. Get out of here.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that was just a natural segue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Is exactly correct, by the way. Serbia is 5th in the world's tallest country, not just Europe,
I love that was an actual fact, not just I don't know, somewhere around that thing. Actually, as of 2010 census.
I just remember Goran Ivanisevic playing tennis as a child, watching him play, and he was the tallest tennis player, and so he could just
time,
he could just smash the ball. All his serves were all 140 miles an hour because he was hitting straight down.
I know. Actually, Bol should play tennis. You'd never have to move.
No, and there's obviously there's a big advantage being tall in tennis because you're dealing with the net. So if you're just always hitting downward, it's
I don't know how Bol would react to a flop shot though. A flop shot right at the net. I don't know.
Well, but he doesn't. He only has to run half. You yourself should know. You saw that closeout he made last. He can cover some ground, my man.
Yeah. Over or under 30 seconds of tennis Bol has played in his life.
That's under. Well under.
Solid under. So this team, was it at the time, was it a big deal that they were as enormous as they were?
This is the most esoteric. Sorry.
Yes, it was. There is actually a very good documentary of that team because at the time Vlade Divac was retired from the national team. He didn't want to play anymore because he was too old. He was 34 at the time. So actually,
LeBron's 35. So
back in the day, he wasn't smoking cigarettes like Vlade was.
He's drinking wine though.
I think Bud Heavies in the locker.
So actually, the prime minister of Serbia of that time actually intervened with Vlade, so Vlade would play for the national team that time.
What do you
mean? It was really a big deal. It was just a call from prime minister and said, "Listen, man, this really means a lot to our countrymen. So please, whatever you need, just come and play." And actually, they had preparation, I believe, in Chicago or maybe in Indianapolis. I'm not sure, but in both of those cities, you have a pretty large Serbian community. So the problem was they were just partying all the time. They were not preparing themselves at all.
He's too lit for Chicago.
So this is actually why they played really bad in the group stage. First 5 games were really bad. They lost the game against Puerto Rico and I believe Spain. So So it was we didn't expect anything from them in the quarterfinals against the U.S. U.S. had a good team. It was Reggie Miller, it was Ben Wallace, it was Rasheed Wallace, it was Andre Miller, Michael Finley. I mean, yes,
this is dropping off a little, but yeah.
yeah. But all of those guys were all-stars at the time, so it's not like they sent G-leaguers.
Yeah.
They should have been a little bit better for sure. It's funny Reggie Miller on that team because that was actually no. Here's the funny thing, Miroslav, is you're talking about this memory as this great memory and all this. I don't think the average. Actually, I know the average NBA, but I think the average diehard NBA does not know that the U.S. took 6th place that year. I don't think they even know that. Everybody knows 2004 Olympics. Because the Olympics are what matter here, but 2000. Eric, did you even know that in 2002 the U.S. they lost like 4 or 5 games?
I did because I remember it just being like a big shameful deal.
Yeah.
I mean, back when ESPN used to cover sports, like that was like all over Sports Center, and everyone was like, it was like the national shame. And then the next national tournament, then they were like, all right, fine, like let's actually send like the top players.
We're gonna send Iverson and Tim Duncan. Yeah. Tim
I
Duncan
don't
being on that team is always a surprise to me because they always talk about it like, oh, they're all a bunch of me first guys and they didn't train and this. It's like Tim Duncan was there, like
He probably hated it too. He probably hated it, man. Oh my god.
Yeah. What'd you have, Miroslav?
Yeah, I don't remember who was the coach of the U.S. team that time, but just after that in 2004, Coach K.
Is it Larry Brown?
It could be Larry Brown.
Yeah,
but after that, Coach K came and said, "Look, listen, guys, we need to be really serious. These guys are not making fun playing basketball. We need to be really good if we want to win gold." So after that, it was only gold.
So based on what is Europe more experimental than the U.S. in this regard? And this is what I'm trying to get at. The Murray, Jokic, Bull, Michael Porter Jr. lineup is now. It's the next thing we're looking forward to. We're going to start hyping that and like hoping that we get to see it. Do you think it's more likely that a lineup like that would happen in European basketball or in NBA basketball? Because it's a little bold.
Yes, it depends on the talent you have with you. If you're
Same
talking
talent, relative.
Same relative. Yeah, you can expect that. We had some situation in Partizan Belgrade where we played Davis Bertans at the 3 and Jan Vesely, for instance, at the 4.
Airwolf, baby.
Two really tall guys with Pekovic on the 5. So that was a very big lineup. And also some of these teams used to play really hard, used to play on the edge of foul every time. So when you don't have the top quality to play against the richest clubs in Europe, then you really need to play hard in order to win. But yes, this team from 2002 actually was the only way for the Serbian team to win against the U.S. because U.S. had some really good players, but not really good tall guys. The big guys were really bad. When you had your starting 5 with Ben Wallace, who is a great defender, but completely not used on the offense. If Ben Wallace would take a ball at the foul line, Divac would just go straight to the basket. Shoot it! Come on.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah.
What are people in? What has the buzz been in Serbia over Bol? I mean, because here in the U.S., like Bol took over SportsCenter for an entire day. Like he was. I would say Bol was the story of Wednesday in the United States.
He was the first story of the first round of bubble games for sure.
What was there buzz out there in Serbia, and just what are people saying about him? Because it is a little silly, right? I mean, it's an exhibition game.
It is mentioned in Serbian newspaper then that they played 3 centers and 2 power forwards, but they almost didn't mention Bol's name. They just don't care.
Wow. They just don't care.
The mainstream media, they just look at Jokic's stat line, and say Jokic dominated with Denver Nuggets, even though they were short-handed, and that's it. They don't care.
And also,
but I do. I do care about my guy, Bol.
My guy, Bol. I love it. Do you think, Miroslav, that lineup that I just talked about, those 4 guys, are a fit? I know this is very premature, but just when you extrapolate the skill sets to their best form, do you think that's like a thing that works?
I've listened to all of the Nuggets podcast in the last 24 hours about Bol and MPJ, and a lot of smart guys said that the ideal team would be Murray at the 1, MPJ at the 2, Bol at the 3, Jeremy Grant at the 4 and Jokic at the 5. I would
don't know about
actually
ideal, but
no. It's just the tall ball team. I would actually use PJ Dozier, PJ Composure at the 1 to make a really long boys team.
Do we want Bol at the 3? Doesn't it feel like LeBron James would just
I
break
think
him in
Bol's
half?
the 4.
Just
I
snap
think
him
Jeremy
like a
Grant.
twig?
Yeah, Jeremy Grant's gonna have to go to the 3
Yeah,
here.
I do want Bull at the 3, but I'm not saying that's a good call.
doesn't matter.
If I want to sound smart, I would say that next season they would be smart to use either MPJ or Ball at all time. So let them switch between them, because both of them are not really great on defense yet. So if you have a good defender on the 4 and those 2 guys at the 3, for instance, that would probably work.
I love that we're already into the Bol might be a 3. We don't know. I mean,
Ball is not the 4 yet. He is not the 4
ago,
yet.
Bol was a 5, and we're
Yeah,
already at
yeah.
3. So I
Right,
just
but
love it.
24 hours later, he literally was a 3. So
great-
that's kind of the...
Well, the even greater development is that we are completely past this season. We're already into next season.
No, we're already there.
I know, I really
I love it.
ridiculous. They might be the title.
So, hey, Harrison, I'll start with you on this question because I've actually been thinking about it. Let's just pretend that that's the 4. That's the core 4. Who is the 5th player? Like an ideal 5th player? Is he on the roster? Is it somebody not on the roster? What's the ideal player to play alongside Bol, Jokic, MPJ, and Murray?
I mean, I think this guy would be an ideal fit now, but it's a Robert Covington type.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like a 6'6" to 6'9", 2'3", who's a good defender and can shoot threes. I mean, I feel like that would be a great fit.
He's too rich, though, too. Like, I mean, if you're going to talk about MPJ as a star and Murray and Jokic and Bol as a player, like, you're going to have to get a kind of a...
I got one.
Okay.
Right, but I mean, if it's next year,
Okay.
those guys are going to be on really cheap deals still.
What do you got, Vote?
PJ Tucker. Not a ball handler, but
Man,
a
so you
fifth
guys are going
defender,
with
spot
bigs.
shooter.
What about Andre Robertson?
Oh, my God. I mean, no, no way.
Why? Defensive lockdown guy? No.
He's like a worse Torrey Craig. I mean, I don't...
You think he's worse?
Well, he's a
Yeah.
better defender, but a worse offensive player.
Yeah, but we don't need his offense, right?
Yeah,
With that squad.
You always need... You can't have a turd in the punch bowl anymore in the NBA. That's
You
my-
don't
that's my
want to
theory.
piss off Jokic. Come on, you need a guy that can shoot.
Look,
Yeah.
I don't know about ideal, but Barton does slide in nicely. Here
I
as another
agree,
ball
I agree.
handler.
What
And a guy in
about
spot.
like a Buddy Hield or Bogdanovich type?
Yeah,
Well, there you go. Like, yeah, those
Yeah.
guys for sure.
Bogdan,
I mean,
yeah, Bogdan.
So-
Bogdan or Bogdan?
but yeah, how do you say it, Miroslav?
Bogdan.
Bogdan.
It's just like
It's
your friend,
Yeah.
like your friend from Romania. It's Bogdan. Come on,
Oh yeah, he does say it like a Bogdan.
Bogdan.
Bogdan. Yeah.
So everybody's gonna laugh. I think the couple names that I would think of, they're all my guys because I think in that spot there's a couple things you need.
True.
I actually go for a shooting guard or even a point guard, like a secondary point guard. And I think you need to have somebody that can spot up, shoot, and can make smart reads, like run pick and roll. So I think of the usual suspects, like Alonzo Ball might be at that price point. A Joe Ingles type might be that price point. But what about like a Marcus Smart? Like a guard who can maybe get some dribble penetration, can guard multiple positions.
The most ironic name in all of the NBA, Marcus
No
Smart.
way! Oh,
Smart
all
basketball
right.
player though. He's a
Yeah, smart, very
I
smart.
don't know
basketball
about
player.
that. I've watched him lose his cool almost every time I've watched
The
him.
Nuggets
he does
need
it.
that
He's
though.
got
You
some
know what?
Draymond in him.
The Nuggets need somebody that loses their cool
Oh,
every now
that's a
and then.
good take.
Totally.
We've been trying to figure out who the Nuggets Draymond could be. We never thought of a Marcus Smart.
I was on a Marcus Smart train for a while, and then I watched him play a few times where he like totally tanked his team through like super petulant bad behavior.
Oh my god! This
and
is
I was
such a
like,
crazy
I'm back.
take.
I'm off. I'm out.
This is a crazy take.
Yeah, but the other stuff is really good, man.
Well,
I think it would be a guard. I think MPJ's a 3, Bol's a 4, Jokic is a 5, Murray's a 1. I think you
Totally.
need a guard. So you need
Totally a guard.
And the one thing that lineup doesn't have is somebody quick that can like beat a player off the dribble. You know what I mean? Like get around the first line of defense. So, and I think those guys are a bit of a dime a dozen. They're like the DJ Augustine types, where you could find a guy for a low value that's like, oh yeah, but he can get around the first line of defense and get into the paint. So I don't know. I think that'd be it. Let's hit a break though, real quick, because when we come back, my favorite thing to talk about these language things with Serbia, and I got 2 words. I'm gonna surprise Miroslav's gonna be blown away when I give him the second one, but the first one Eric's already ruined. We're gonna talk about pain on the other side.
I didn't ruin it. I just asked what it was. You just wrote it right now.
Yeah, like as we were talking about on the show yesterday, guys, baseball is back. Opening day is today. The boys will be getting back on the diamond, and there's no better place to get in on the action with betting on baseball, with betting on any sport that's going on right now, than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. And to celebrate baseball coming back, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering free bets for every home run your team hits. An awesome deal that DraftKings is giving us right now. So to take advantage of this Grand Slam offer, all you have to do is place a pregame bet of at least $25 on your home team, and for every home run they hit in that game, you will get $5 worth of free bets. Super easy, and you guys can win a lot of money doing it. So make sure to download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DNVR when you sign up. For a limited time, all new users can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's code DNVR to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Remember, guys, must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonuses comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. And that brings us to
Air horn.
Get ready? You guys ready? You ready for it? The DraftKings pick of the week.
I can't wait to hear this one and where you went with it.
Did we just get a costume change at a Miroslav?
I love it.
Oh, man.
A costume change. We got it. Oh, I'm supposed to be professor. That's right. All right, hold on. Let's hear this pick of the week, though, before we get there.
All right, so I'm going more heart over brain on this DraftKings pick of the week. The Rockies opening day tonight, obviously, against the Texas Rangers. In Texas, the Rockies are underdog, plus 1.5 runs. They've got Herman Marquez on the bump. The Rangers got Lance Lynn on the bump. But for my DraftKings pick of the week, I'm going with the Rockies. I'm going with Marquez to get the opening day win. Here we go, baby. 60-game season.
Go.
The time is ours.
I think you are giving people you're giving people advice on their money, and you're going straight from the heart.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want.
Yeah, this isn't a good call, but I'm feeling it.
All right.
So.
He was right about feeling Gary. Why wouldn't he be right about these Rockies?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's my DraftKings pick of the week. Taking the Rockies opening day tonight over the Texas Rangers.
I love it. I can't wait to watch this game in the company of other Rockies fans. Socially distanced, of course. All right, so at the costume change, because we actually have a professor in our midst. I don't know if you guys know this, but Professor Miroslav, or Professor Chuk, is here. And the first thing I have up for you, Bolbol's name in Serbian, we know, is Pain. But you seem to think there's more to the story here.
Yes, there is a little bit of a background to say about it. You know, English is quite a simple language because all the nouns you are using, you only need an article in front of them, like the, or an. And in other languages like German, Italian, French, Latin, Serbian, you have the generic gender of the nouns. So every noun is either a masculinum or a femininum.
Yeah.
And in case of Latin and Serbian, it can also be a neutrum, so it's a neutral gender.
Yeah.
So one thing to know about the word ball in Serbian, this is the only one word in Serbian that is at the same time masculinum and a femininum noun. Now you probably wonder why I told you this. The reason, this is the scientific proof. If ball is so special to Serbs, he will be special to the Denver Nuggets. So this is the scientific proof that ball is part of the core now.
Wow. What can I say?
I mean, I can't disagree with that. line of thinking.
I've always considered myself a man of science, so I'm not gonna,
Where
not
is
gonna
the
argue.
lie?
But it does mean pain, which I feel like is very ominous. So I mean I don't know.
That does feel like he's not only part of the Nuggets core, he should be the Nuggets mascot.
Pain.
Yep.
Pain, baby.
In Dutch, apparently it was a curse word. FF. So
It's casual Friday. You can just let that fly, Adam.
It's actually not Dutch. It's Danish.
oh, in Danish. That's right. That's
It's
right.
Danish.
By the way-
yeah, it's Danish. It's F word.
That's incredible.
Ball.
What about in Indonesian? It's something else. Somebody was telling us the Indonesian translation also has a weird one. It's like balls or something. So I'm not kidding. It really is. I'm not making this up. So
I mean, that wouldn't be too surprising.
Miroslav, does
Ball.
Eric mean anything in Serbian that I should be upset about?
D-line co. Should I rebrand?
There was a British cartoon back in the day when I was a kid called the Banana Man, and Eric was the
Yeah,
Banana Man.
Banana Man. We got Banana Man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
I don't think Harrison is going to translate into anything Serbian. I'm guessing.
I'm going to introduce D-Line Co now as the Banana Man. So that's just going to be a thing that happens going forward.
I
I'll
have
take
to
that
say,
happily.
guys, I did a quick
you know that.
research. Miroslav was also right. The Dutch are the tallest people in the world.
Dude, Miroslav. What?
Miroslav,
dropping
this
knowledge.
is incredible.
What I'm
man.
trying to say is that science he was referencing, no reason to doubt him. He's
I'm not doubting it at all.
100%
Bol is the most unique word in the Serbian language.
And he's wearing
Actually, Go ahead.
like he's also wearing a casual, relaxed tie. Like
Yeah.
that's a man you can trust.
100%. So the other word I wanted to throw at you, Miroslav, I think you're going to be a little taken, maybe surprised by this. Inat, we've already gone through. I think the most interesting word. We've talked about it quite a bit on here. But another Serbian word that was brought to my attention by a Redditor, meraka. I might have said this wrong. Do you know this word, meraka?
Merak.
Merak. Yeah, there you go. I guess the A.
Merak.
probably that. Yep.
Yeah. Merak.
Well,
He
there
doesn't
are
look
no
that impressed.
there are no silent letters in Serbian. So if you had the A at the end, meraka.
Somebody said
Hold on, I'm
is
taking notes
Miraka.
here.
Is Miraka.
How do you spell it?
Well, it doesn't
How do you
matter.
spell it?
Merak is the right word, though. I'll
Merak.
tell you what. I tell you what I am told it means. It's like a feeling of contentment you get from doing what you feel like you're supposed to be doing in life. Is this ringing a bell? Not at all.
Merak,
First off, are you
Mer-
impressed?
yeah, Merak really is a big word, and it's usually connected to a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
So
that's
you-
that's what I
you-
feel like I
you-
should be doing with my life. Yeah.
you go to the kafana, to the bar, where you can eat and drink and listen to the live music, and then it's just merak. It's just doing the thing you like to do. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you see
it's
that?
a big word.
Something that
Feeds
Yeah.
your soul. I like that.
So for,
yeah.
for me, it's podcasting with my friends. Is that like
For me,
yeah.
oh wow! For me, it's literally food. It's what feeds my stomach and my soul.
No, it is podcasting last Friday with beers.
Yeah. That's that was my
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Just I got my McDonald's coffee, Miroslav.
Shotgun beers again. Well, I guess I thought you were going to be very excited by this word and tell me that it has this deep meaning. I mean, what would you say is it different for everybody? Everybody has a mirak?
Well, I'm not an expert on this word. This is a really big word. I would say that
It's more of a small
I'm from
word. Small word guy.
I'm from north of Serbia, just like Nikola. So merak is not a big word in my part of Serbia, but yeah, it really is a big word. But I'm not an expert, so
Okay, all right.
you'll need to find somebody from way southern.
Way south of it. Are there different? There's like it's that different.
Is
like
North
even
rural?
dialects.
Is it?
No, not really. I mean, there are some parts of Serbia where I can understand you easier than those guys over there. But But it's the same language. It's just some strong accents. Yeah.
Well, I was
It's
going to
actually-
say, do we know what Jokic's Mirak is? But I'm guessing it's just horses and soundboard.
Yeah.
Not, and like
Certainly
basketball's
not
like
basketball, right?
50th on that list, perhaps.
Yes, and fish stew. Yeah.
Fish stew. Eric, go ahead and hit the outro song here as we wrap up. Tomorrow, guys, a game tomorrow. The Nuggets taking on. Is it the? What do they have?
Pelicans.
Yeah,
The
the Pelicans.
Pelicans.
I was
tomorrow.
gonna just let you
Yeah,
down
it was-
there. I wanted to see.
No, because for some reason I had it as somebody was saying the Thunder the other day, but it's the Pelicans for sure.
Pelicans.
I can't wait. I'm excited for it. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I am at a 9.5. I wish MPJ was playing. That would make it a 10. But I'm still very intrigued. What would you say, Vote?
Yeah, I would say an 8 or a 9. I mean, I can't say 10 because chances it peaks out higher than game 1 or so low.
That's so true. Maybe, but
Yeah.
it might.
I like the idea that we have 2 basketball games that have happened in 5 months, and after one, it's already dropped off. We're like down. We're
Yeah, I
like,
think that's
I got what I needed after that one basketball
Yeah.
game in 5 months.
What do you think, Wind?
Man, I'm not about an 8. I'm not about an 8.
Okay.
No Zion. I mean, who really cares who's on the other team? Like, to be honest, like, who really cares?
Yeah, totally.
Who really cares? Yeah, it's just gonna be tough to crack last game. But I mean, hey, with Bull out there, this is the best part about Bull. You never know what he's gonna do. Just because he hasn't played a ton of minutes, you have no idea what he's gonna do when he gets out there. So, I mean, for that, everybody's excitement should be through the roof.
Straight
Yeah.
10, Straight 10, homie.
Straight
over
10,
here.
homie.
Straight
That's what I'm
10,
talking
homie.
about. Miroslav, what are you at? You're not going to
Straight
get up
10.
for it, so it's good. That's straight 10.
Yeah,
What are you
me
sleeping
and
in?
you, Miroslav. Let's get rid of these measured losers and have fun with our lives.
It is a straight 10. I will not watch it live because I want to save my health.
Oh wait, that
Because
could be
I
a
don't
10
want-
then.
I don't want to watch Jokic make 10 turnovers in the middle of the night. So
This
I'll
does
just
not
wait
sound like
for.
this does not
for a
sound like
better-
an argument for a 10. I have to say.
I'm going to be watching it, I'm pretty sure, here at the DNVR bar, so I can't wait. Watching games at the DNVR bar is the best. Like, we watched that first one. It was closed, but it was so fun. Oh, my God, it was so fun. I can't wait. I'm back up to a 10. You talked me into it, Eric.
Why did
I'm
I
at a
have to
10
talk
too.
you?
Let's
Why
go,
did
baby.
I have to talk you into it? That's the real question.
All right, thanks so much for tuning in all week, guys. A great week of shows. We had a blast. We did a little bit of everything. Guess what? Next week, we got more scrimmages, and it's going to be our final week of
Let's
not
just call them
recapping
games.
games. Yeah, we'll call them games. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh no.